G'day guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be going through some of the sliders and bolters of this year's AFL draft, all of the information coming from sources and predictions, so don't hate on anything. So let's get into the 10 possible bolters and sliders. So first we have the inside midfielder ranked 5th in Carl Toomey's Phantom Draft, Ben Hobbs. So he is a literally typical inside midfielder. Gold Coast is interest, while Adelaide has also been linked. Tigers have also been linked, but I reckon if Tigers get like someone like Josh Gibkiss who slides down, I think Josh Gibkiss will be taking over Ben Hobbs. We'll talk about Josh Gibkiss later, but yeah, Ben Hobbs, I reckon he could be a slider. He could fall down all the way to St Kilda, so from 5th to 9th could be a possibility, 11th after all the bids. So that is the first person, Ben Hobbs. And as promised before, we have Josh Gibkiss. Of course, he is ranked, 8th in Carl Toomey's Phantom Draft. Key defender. He's basically just the Jake Lever of this draft pool. The Giants have looked at him a lot, but Gold Coast could also consider it. So he could be both a slider and a bolter, because he could be a slider for Gold Coast or GWS, but if he doesn't go there, he could fall all the way down to St Kilda again, which is pick 11, or even less, but it's hard to see. So Josh Gibkiss could be both a slider and a bolter. And another player, basically same position, a bit can play more places, but Mac Andrews. So he has been heavily linked to GWS, but most likely I think they'll take Finn Callaghan. I would too if I was GWS, but yeah, he could literally bolter a lot. He's been ranked 9th in Carl Toomey's Phantom Draft, but both GWS, Gold Coast, Hawthorn, Fremantle and Richmond are all linked, and they would all be above his expected range. So yeah, it could be a massive bolter this year's draft. So yeah, definitely watch out for him. And continuing on the tall stocks, we have Jai Amos, of course, a key forward. He's probably the second best key forward behind Sam Darcy, who's a father-son, as you guys probably know. He could be a bolter, I reckon, because Fremantle have pick 6, which would slide to pick 8, but I reckon they'll take him early. His range is 11 for the Phantom Draft, but Richmond really want him. So Richmond's pick 7 is between Fremantle 6 and 8. I reckon they'll take him with pick 6. So that is a massive bolter. I reckon for 5 spots, that's a pretty big bolter considering the start of the round and how balanced this year's draft is. So that's Jay Amos. All right, now going on to the person ranked 14th in Carl Toomey's Phantom Draft, Matthew Johnson. So, of course, he is a midfielder, big body midfielder. Apparently, according to Daz Talks Footy, he is the exact size and centimetre of the Bont when he was drafted. So that could be a good sign. Not saying he'll be the Bont, of course, but yeah, he can stand up on the big stage. Apparently, he won like a grand final medal for the WA draft team. I don't know, I think it's Subiaco, but he could be a massive bolter. Hawks are considering him, so this could be the biggest bolter of this year's draft. Hawks usually like going for bolters, so like Will Day, it turned out good. So we could go for Matthew Johnson, so he could go all the way from 14th to 7th. So that'd be a massive bolter. Following him, we have Josh Sin, ranked 13th in Carl Toomey's Phantom Draft. Halfback midfielder, so yeah, Adelaide have been strongly linked to him, so as well as St Kilda, they would both be pretty much bolters. He's ranked 13th. He could be picked up potentially at pick 5. So yeah, watch out for him. He was potentially meant to be a top 5 player, but I don't think he played this year because of a hamstring and ankle injuries. So watch out for him. I reckon he'll be a massive bolter as well. So now going on to a slider, I reckon Arlo Draper. He is ranked 15th in Carl Toomey's Phantom Form Guide, but yeah, he got injured, I think, as well. AC joints at the end of the season, which would slide him down a couple spots. He's basically just another midfielder forward Don't know who he plays like, but assuming he plays like someone like a Josh Warple, thus might not so becoming them again. But yeah, 186 centimeters, 75 kilos. I reckon he'll be a massive slider. He could drop out to the second round. Yeah, as it says, appears more likely to feature in the second round rather than the first. So I reckon this will be a pretty likely slider. Now on to the first and only small forward of this year's draft. We have Tyler Sonsi, ranked 16th behind Arlo Draper, which we just mentioned. He plays like Darcy Parish, has been heavily linked to Richmond and Hawthorn, where he played for the VFL sides. I reckon he'll be potentially a very late first rounder or a second rounder. Considering he got injured, I reckon most likely second rounder where Hawks or Freo could pounce on him. But yeah, I reckon this will be a slider considering his injury, but could be a gun in the future. You never know. Now onto one of, a bit further than the other we just mentioned, Machito Owens. So he is, of course, part of the Saints, I think, next academy players. Big-bodied midfielder, I think, is 191 centimeters. Yeah, I mean, he's that height. He's very big-bodied, stands out a lot. Midfielder, of course, as I just mentioned. I reckon he could be a massive bolter considering the bid system. You can't take him once after pick 20 because it's part of the Saints NGA zone. So yeah, pick 29 expected for Carl Toomey, but I reckon he could really bolter. I reckon Melbourne have been linked to him, so it could most likely happen. Now for the final prospect of this year's draft, we have Mitch Nevitt. So of course he is a midfielder, another big-bodied midfielder from the Geelong Falcons in the Vic country. Of course, Geelong most likely to pounce on him if he still remains 31, so would be perfect for the Cats, but he has been heavily linked to Port Adelaide, so yeah, if Port Adelaide could get him potentially, I think it'd be around pick 14, I think. Yeah, it'd be a massive bolter, potentially the second biggest bolter or surprise of the draft. So yeah, that is the last one, Mitch Nevitt from the Geelong Falcons. And that concludes the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, I don't think I'll upload anymore until the actual AFL draft comes out. I don't know if I want to upload 2 parts of the AFL draft, but yeah, make sure to comment down below if you want to see both a round 1 and a round 2 of the AFL draft. And that's about it. See you guys next video. Bye.